Hi guys, I'm back again with some more stories for you today. Let's go to the first one, about OP's daughter, who is inviting her former stepfather and his affair partner, who he left OP for, to her wedding. Listen to the story to find out all the details, and of course to hear my insights. Enjoy the stories, guys, and don't forget to like and subscribe. And of course, don't forget to leave a comment. I raised both of my children mostly on my own. Their bio father was an addict who OD'd when they were very young. However, from 2010 to 2013, I was married to my now ex-husband Josh. I didn't realize until after we got married what kind of person he was. He was nice to the kids, sure, but he was grumpy and emotionally distant all the time to me. Then he cheated on me, so that was the nail in the coffin. We got officially divorced, and within 2 months, he was living with the woman he cheated with. They now have a kid together, and she's 5 months pregnant. My daughter was 11 when we got together, 14 when we broke up, now 24. She kept in semi-contact with Josh, and then when she was in late high school, we had some problems between the two of us, and she got even closer. I do not interfere with her relationship with Josh and his wife. I just don't want to hear about it. I know that they have done a few birthday dinners for her over the years, and a small engagement party with members of their family, but she doesn't really talk about it, and I don't ask. But she's never expected me to be in the same room with my ex. For her wedding, I'm giving her $15,000. Her college was $15,000 cheaper than her brother's, so I'd been telling her for years that I'd be giving her the $15,000 difference for her wedding. She has her own money as well. She sat me down and told me that she wanted Josh and his side to be invited to the wedding. Not just Josh and his wife, but their kids and other members of his family. She even wanted him to do a reading at the ceremony. I felt like I'd been slapped in the face. I can't imagine what kind of reading he'd even do. I said I wasn't comfortable with that, and I was paying, and she said I was going to have to deal with it. Things got heated, and I told her that I'd raised her for years and deserved better than this, and she told me again to take it or leave it. I truly am considering skipping the wedding. We don't have much family, so the idea of it being me and a few others, while Josh and his larger family sits behind us, just seems awful. My son called her yesterday to try to talk her out of it, and he said he thinks she's getting money from Josh. I feel so betrayed and hurt. I don't understand OP's daughter at all. The lack of loyalty to OP boggles my mind. Like, sure, the stepdad of 3 years kept the door open for her, but OP is her mom. OP has always been the constant parent in her life. This has got to be extremely painful for OP. She can invite whoever she wants. It's up to OP to decide if OP is willing to miss her daughter's wedding. But OP should keep her word and give her the money for the wedding. I would speak with a therapist. This is a lot to deal with on its own. They can teach OP how to navigate the wedding if she decides to go. And now let's see if the community agrees with me. Big K-Lit says, "Not the a-hole. She shouldn't take the $15K if she's going to disrespect you like that. These comments aren't very fair in my opinion. She knows you never want to see him, so she kind of chose him over you in a way. She decided that you would either sit through it miserably or skip out on it, which is pretty ducked. If it's so important to her that they come, she shouldn't have accepted the $15K. Mackie McMicmac says, "Not the a-hole. She can have him there if she wants. That's her right. But it also is your right not to attend the wedding if it's going to cause you mental harm." Lady Collywobble says, "You're the a-hole. I know it hurts, but your daughter and her partner can have whoever they want at their wedding. The way I see it, you have 3 choices. 1. Refuse to go to your own daughter's wedding, and pretty much guarantee furthering that distance between you. 2. Go, but still be obviously bothered by it, and act like the injured party, still probably guaranteeing your relationship is worsened. Or 3. Go, suck up your feelings and play as nice as you can for the day. I'd recommend 3, but it's up to you, OP." My husband and I have been married 8 years. We've always had a work hard, play hard attitude towards money. So while we have aggressive fiscal goals, we still treat ourselves, go out to eat, vacation, etc. I recently started making $105K, and a year ago husband got a big promotion from making $95K to $147K before bonuses. Great, right? We started splurging more and booked a vacation to celebrate his raise, and it's been smooth sailing since. Well, 3 weeks ago, I find out he was passed for the promotion, but thought he had it in the bag, so told me the good news prematurely and didn't know how to take it back. So he lied and pretended to have a promotion and be in a new role for a year. What's more is that since that time, he's racked up $58,000 in high-interest credit card debt, as well as $25,000 in personal loans to consolidate more credit card debt. $8K was for the celebratory promotion vacation, and $4K was for a celebratory boys' trip I wasn't on. The rest was just spent on dumb new gadgets, toys, experiences, dining, an expensive bracelet for me, a watch for him, etc. I knew of all the items he was buying, but didn't realize how much he was spending on events, trips, food, alcohol, etc. Previously, we were debt-free. He was spending money to keep up appearances about his new raise that he told everyone about. Since finding out, we have buckled down immensely and lead very frugal lives, to much surprise to our friends and family. No more happy hours, events, trips, etc. until this debt is wiped. Of course, they're all asking if we're okay, and I've been honest about the situation and say my husband racked up a ton of debt and we have to get it under control ASAP. Now my husband is telling me by doing that, I'm embarrassing him in front of our peers and I shouldn't be airing our dirty laundry. I don't consider this to be dirty laundry. We aren't talking about our fights. I didn't even talk about his fake promotion lie. I simply say he racked up X amount of debt without my knowledge, and we're now digging ourselves out of the hole. He's been annoyed about it for weeks, but the straw on the camel's back, according to him, was at a birthday party last week where we were invited to rent a beach house with another couple for Memorial Day. Before my husband even said anything, I interjected and said, "We'd love to, but we're focusing on paying down some debts now." The woman of the other couple goes, "Oh right, I completely forgot. How's that going?" And we have quick small talk. Later at home, my husband tells me I need to stop sharing this info and making him look stupid, and he's been sleeping in the guest room ever since. I told him I didn't mean to make him look stupid, but I'm certainly not apologizing. He ducked up, and it led to major lifestyle shifts, and I don't see why friends and family shouldn't be made aware. So, am I the a-hole? Edit. The debt wasn't incurred waiting for news on the promotion. It was incurred over a year where he lied about getting his promotion and new income and pretended to be in the new role. He was trying to keep appearances to me and our friends and family, who all thought he received it. I also don't share this info with strangers, just family and close friends that we've known since college. Not just anyone. Well, OP's husband sucks because he should not have kept something as big as the missed promotion from OP. That is a very important financial detail for OP, and he was wrong by keeping it a secret. He should have let OP know immediately when he found out. OP sucks though too, because there's literally no reason to go telling all their friends this other than to try and punish her husband for what he did. Why can't OP just tell their friends they have been budgeting and tightening the belt for personal reasons? I agree with OP's husband that this very much seems like airing their dirty laundry for them to see. There's no reason that they need to know the specifics of why OP is trying to be thrifty. Being thrifty isn't something that you have to justify. And now let's hear the community's opinion. Hilarious in hindsight says, "Everyone sucks here. Your husband ducked up, and him causing you guys to fall into debt is a big issue. He's certainly not blameless. However, you know exactly what you're doing by outing him the way you are. Your friends and family don't need to be made aware, since when is your financial situation their business? There are plenty of ways to say we've had unexpected setbacks that we're working through together, and have decided to be a bit more cautious with our spending, that don't involve dragging your husband through the mud. You have every right to be pissed at him, but that's between the two of you. This comes across as purely spiteful on your part." Wiggle Butt Biscuit says, "I'm going to be the only person to say not the a-hole. I think your husband is a massive a-hole, and you should be reconsidering your marriage. That's a massive amount of debt to rack up while lying to you actively about his promotion. I think he should be grateful that you're only telling people about the debt, not telling them he racked up almost $80,000 in debt in a year, and now we're getting divorced. Like, how is his concern here policing what you're saying to others, and not working his damn butt off to make this up to you?" My ex-wife and I were married for 4 years. She had 2 daughters with her ex-husband. They were 3 and 5 when we got married. After our marriage, I came to know that she basically cheated on her ex-husband, which led to their divorce. In retrospect, I think that our marriage was kind of doomed from the beginning. Our marriage consisted of her wallowing in self-pity about how her infidelity destroyed her marriage, and her girls and me consoling her every day. She refused to discipline the girls because she felt she was responsible for hurting them, and I couldn't do anything because I was not the dad. Finally, she decided to get back with her ex-husband and cheated on me with him. I was kind of relieved that our relationship ended. I did everything I could for the girls, but their dad always managed to paint me as the a-hole. So I stopped trying to do anything and just provided for them. Now, after a couple of months, my ex calls me and tells me that her daughters want to see their stepdad. That's me. I was surprised because they never appreciated what I did for them. Long story short, things did not work out for the ex-husband and my ex-wife, and they broke up again. So I told her that they only wanted to see me because their dad kicked them out and told her to not call me again. She called my mom about it, and my mom thinks I was inconsiderate. Am I the a-hole here? I will say that they are still very young and, unfortunately, had their mother as it seems like the biggest influence in their lives, which explains their behavior. Their mother is using them to weasel back into OP's life again, and while it seems harsh to say no to the girls, she's a horrible person constantly cheating with everyone in order to get back with the new partner. She's going to have to learn to be self-sufficient and grow up, and she's the only one really hurting them by showing them how to only be ugly and take advantage of people. And now let's hear the community's opinion. Orange Doormat says, "Not the a-hole. Sounds like your ex is just wanting someone to take care of her." GK Sin says, "Not the a-hole. Those children unfortunately have a crap set of parents, and many issues they will have to work through later in life. That is a crap situation, and it is likely more healthy for them if you stay out of it." Useful Jeweler says, "Not the a-hole. You have been wronged by both biological parents, but the kids bonded with you as the only stable adult in their life. You were lucky to be rid of your ex and her ex. However, you need to consider that the children look up to you and did nothing wrong. So you probably need to have a talk with them and let them know that none of this is their fault and that you love them and wish them well for their future, or something like that." I adopted my niece, 19, when she was 9 because of both her parents being deadbeat a-holes. I gave her the best life that I could. She always had everything she wanted and more. I gave her the master bedroom in our home. I bought her the most beautiful jewelry and brand clothes. I got her a good car as soon as she got her license, and currently, I'm paying for her college so she can be debt-free. These are just a few examples. There are many more. I'm also a single dad of a 15-year-old daughter. My niece is always extremely jealous of my daughter, and while my daughter looks up to her and loves her, my niece always just ignores her, which really hurts my little girl. A few days ago when my daughter was in school, she got a very bad stomachache and called me. Unfortunately, my phone had died, so I didn't receive her call. She then called my niece, who basically told her that she doesn't care and won't pick her up from school. When I found out what happened, I was furious. I asked my niece why on earth would she do this. She told me that once when she was in school and got her period, she has very bad and painful periods. She called me to pick her up from school, and I told her it was no big deal and she should just deal with it because I can't pick her up. She said if she can deal with it, then so can my daughter. I got mad and yelled at her that this was different. I couldn't pick her up at the time, but now she could do it and decided not to. She screamed at me and called me an a-hole, saying, "You always have an excuse." I'm seriously considering not paying for her college anymore because of her behavior. Low Advisor says, "You're the a-hole. If you adopted her, she's your daughter now, not your niece. You dismissed her pain when she was younger, and it would have been wonderful if she had a better person than you and picked your daughter up. But she didn't, because you taught her to be dismissive. That she did something you didn't like led to you wanting to stop paying for college is a huge overreaction. No wonder she takes issue with you if this is how you parent. And finally, let's not bury the fact that your phone was dead. The only reason your daughter had to call your adoptive daughter is because her parent and legal guardian was irresponsible with being available for her." Violet Otto says, "You're the a-hole. You have failed this person as a parent. You view relationships as transactional. Kids are not your servants, and they don't owe you anything. Seriously absorb this. Kids do not owe parents anything. My guess is you are, inadvertently, responsible for pitting the two girls against each other, and you have rose-colored glasses on when it comes to your younger daughter. Don't be a jerk. Pay for college. If once she is done you want to cut off ties, fine, but you owe that kid a chance. You took her in. She depends on you. Do what's right." Ohio Girl 22 says, "You're the a-hole. Don't cancel her college. You and her both need therapy. She holds grudges and you think that money somehow equals love. Something else is going on here, and you need to get it sorted out. You are her father, not her uncle. You chose that role when you adopted her. This means she is your daughter." My 42 male, wife, 38 female, Sasha and I have been married for a few months now. We have 4 children together, and 3 of them are my stepdaughters. They are Sarah, 16 female, Emily, 14 female, and Hannah, 15 female. I have Aiden, 10 male, through my previous marriage. Sasha has always been indifferent to him. I will make it clear that she does not hate him and does not make his life difficult in an overt way. She just pretends as if he is not a member of the family. I've asked her to warm up to him, but she just shrugs it off. But as there hasn't really been a fight regarding the issue before, I did not want to start one and kept my quiet. She was invited, along with us, for her friend's wedding. We went there, and after the wedding she was talking to her friend. Her friend asked us whether they were her kids, by pointing to the 4 of them as they were standing some distance away. She said, yeah, the girls are, and mentioned who was who. I was shocked that she had implied that Aiden was not her child, but she gave me a don't bring that up now look when I looked at her in disbelief. I told her friend, you know, she won't admit it, but the boy is her son too, her stepson, and she doesn't like him. She was mortified as the others realized this, and attempted to laugh it off by saying that she had not noticed Aiden, thought it was another boy, etc. Later though, she severely accused me of embarrassing her. She said that if she doesn't want to consider Aiden her son, it's her choice. That resulted in a full-blown argument, which makes me think that I might be the a-hole. Am I the a-hole? Dapper Guest says, you're the a-hole for marrying someone who doesn't like or treat your kid well. Your wife is the a-hole for her immature and dismissive behavior of a child. Honestly, I think you're the bigger a-hole though. You knowingly married her when she mistreats your kid. Your first priority should be your child. He has very little control over his life. You are supposed to protect him from hurtful situations, not put him in them. Revolutionary Let 39 says, why on earth did you marry a woman who acts like an evil stepmother to your son? You knew this going into the marriage and still subjected your son to a lifetime of being the unwanted stepchild. When she said she doesn't view Aiden as a son, you stayed with her anyways? You chose this hag of a woman over your own child, and you're the a-hole for that. You're not the a-hole for calling out her horrific behavior though. She should be embarrassed. Sushui says, you're the a-hole for staying in that relationship. Get an annulment. Seriously. She is only nice when she wants that ring on her finger, and once it's official, she dropped all facades. Have a private talk with your son and see if being cold was really the only issue here. I bet you will find a lot of other passive-aggressive behaviors that don't happen in your presence.